Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam. Okay, so can we start now, Sister Nurul?
Yes,
Or
Dada.
we have to?
Yes, you
Or
can
we
start
have
now.
We can start now. Okay, good. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, to get the barakah for our session today, so let's start our session with recitation of Kitab Al-Fatihah. All right. So for today, I'm going to be the speaker. Okay, I am Dr. Sadry from CPD. Okay, so for today's, our focus of the training is for the new staff, academic staff who join iTa'LeEM. So we want to get you going and we want you to have some kind of organization in terms of the way you structure or you organize your teaching materials on iTa'LeEM. Okay, so this is mostly based on if you used to attend the previous iTa'LeEM training, so this is gonna be repetitive lah. Okay, so but in any case that any of you would like to share your tip and trips, okay, so you are allowed to do so lah. Okay, stop me at any time. Okay, so I value sharing experience with those who used to iTa'LeEM, and also you want to help your the new staff. All right. So for today, all right. Okay. So Sister Nura already posted the I attend link on chat box in chat box, Zoom chat box. So please record your attendance over there. Okay, so for today, okay, the topic that I will cover, okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so for today, what I'm gonna cover first, for the new stuff, so you should know or you need to know, okay, how to get support, okay, in terms of, let's say you have problem with your account, or how do you want to start off, okay, how do you want to have an account, access, okay, and then how do you want to enroll your student into the course, okay, I will explain to you who to contact and so on and so forth. Okay, and then we're gonna cover through import, okay, backup, restore, and also import. What will be the difference between these two? Okay, and then we're gonna go with the enrollment courses. Okay, this one I don't need to put the what I call it, the details okay, in the PowerPoint slide, because I'm gonna demo it to you. Will be easier that way lah. Okay, so the one with the demo will be enrollment courses. Okay, your iTa'LeEM layout. Okay, the way that you structure your layout, the setting will reflect the way the student will view your course. Okay, so this is also important, even though you might think that will not give any effect to the student, but somehow they do. Okay, all right, and then we look at general course setting. Let's say you want to do some kind of beautifications of your course instead of using the default setting, the plain one. So you want to include some images, some descriptions. Okay, I will demo you how to do that lah. Okay, and the next one will be our blended learning. So if you log in your iTa'LeEM, you have this blended learning block. Okay, so I will explain to you the rule 1372. What does it mean? So that you have 100% achieve those blended learning meters or block. Okay, and then we look at how do you want to view your student participations? Okay, for example, some student they thought they might get away with some kind of lies. For example, they mentioned that, oh, I cannot submit because of iTa'LeEM problem, but you can check. Okay, to that particular student, you will be able to see whether there's an attempt, whether there is no attempt, whether it's their view, and so on and so forth. So you know whether the student telling truth or telling lies. Okay. All right, and then I will go with the last one will be references and resources. Okay, for example, we do have a lot of recorded video on basic iTa'LeEM, and also we have official documentation on manual. Okay, how to start or how to configure quiz and so on and so forth. Okay, I will show you the link and also where to get it lah. Okay. All right. So, okay, so in case that you are quite new, okay, you don't know who to refer to. So we do have email iTa'LeEM support. Okay, so normally we have ITD e-learning teams, okay, under Sister Hairul Laila. Okay, so if you email them, they will try their best to respond or solve your problem within a short time. Okay. Normally, the usual problem will be password, reset password, and so on and so forth. In case that you want to have, in case that it is urgent, for example, let's say you try to setting your quiz, somehow you have some kind of problem and you want to get it fixed as soon as possible. So we have this WhatsApp hotline lah. Okay, you can take notes of the number, these two. Okay, so this will be your contacts. Okay, in case that you have any problem with your iTa'LeEM. Okay, all right. So in case of the content, okay, for example, you try to do some setting, but you're not sure whether the setting is right. You try and still you miss some certain step. Let's say you need some guide, and you can email me. I will include my email under references and resources later on. And also you can contact Prof. Mira. Okay, Prof. Mira is the expert lah in this case. Okay, and then, okay, you can, I will try my best to get you lah, okay, to get you the right setting that you want. But some, in case that you want to go beyond what iTa'LeEM can do, then that one I cannot, I can give you other suggestions. But beyond the technical part, I cannot advise you on that because we have limitations, okay, on the technical part. All right. Okay, so other than this, okay, I believe each of the kuliah, there is an Educator 4.0 liaison. So normally this Educator 4.0 liaison will help you in terms of iTa'LeEM configuration and so on and so forth. So I would recommend that you get to know your Educator 4.0 liaison, okay, in case that you don't want to wait or you don't want to email to this email and also to this hotline WhatsApp, okay, or to me, or you comfortable talking to your Educator 4.0 liaison, you can contact them straight away, all right? Okay, so if you look at your iTa'LeEM, okay, so you will see there is academic section at the top of the page, at the top of the web page. So these are actually an archive of your, for example, of any previous academic calendar, the course that you prepared, okay, in the previous academic sessions. So because of the cost constraint, we can only host only one academic year on the cloud lah. Okay, so if we want to have more than it require, then we have to pay more, which is quite huge lah in terms of the cost. So what we want, what we do is we just maintain one academic year at one time on the cloud. Okay, for example, we are in 20 2022 and 2023 academic sessions. Okay, now we on cloud. By semester 1, 2023-2024, okay, there will be new academic calendar. That one will be accessible on the cloud, and the previous one, 2022-2023, will be archived. So normally ITD e-learning team will put it on top of here. Okay, so let's say you want to refer back to your previous teaching material that you already uploaded. Okay, to your previous academic calendar, you can access it here lah. Okay, all right. So okay, so what would be the idea of archive all these previous academic calendar, academic sessions? Okay, the first one is for you to instead of you have to create from scratch. Okay, the layout, the course material, teaching material, and so on and so forth. You will be able to backup and restore. Okay, I will explain to you what will be the difference between backup and restore and also import. All right, so you need to know, you need to understand this lah. Okay, we receive a lot of email asking where can I access my previous course in the previous academic calendar. Okay, so now you know that this all on the top of here is your previous academic calendar. Okay, you can access using the same login and password. All right. Okay, so okay, right. So I have a question here. May we know how to check who and the contact for the iTa'LeEM liaison? Or you mean the educator from 4.0? Okay. All right. So okay. So normally we have a WhatsApp group for the educator 4.0. All right. So I will let me get the list first. Okay. Whether okay. So let me get the list. We have a WhatsApp group, so I will let you know. For example, which kuliah, who's the liaison for which kuliah later on. Okay. All right. So okay, so now we go back to the part which is very important for you to start with. If you are new for this semester, so that means you don't have previous course material uploaded to the previous course that being assigned to you. Okay, so that means you have to start from scratch lah. Okay, for semester 2. Okay, let's say you already have a course, you already upload your teaching material from semester 1. Okay, let's say you don't want to create from scratch in semester 2. So what you can do is we can import. Okay, we can retrieve back, we can import and also restore, okay, the previous course into this semester. So this will help you a lot in terms of preparations. Okay, so now we go with this. Okay, there will be two ways. Okay, the first one will be backup and restore, and the second one will be import. So what will be the difference between these two? Okay, so the backup and restore, normally you want to retrieve course content which is from previous academic calendar, which I will demo it to you. Okay, for example, I have a course which is offered in an alternate semester, only in semesters 2. So for example, in this coming semester, semester 2, I have to teach it. Okay, but the course which I already taught in semester 2, 2021 and 2022, okay, is not included in this academic year. So I have to import in those previous academic calendar and restore back into the current semester, which is semester 2. Okay, so normally this one, you can also make it as a personal backup. Okay, so let's say you know that one of the semester, the course that you prepare is complete. Okay, So you can do the backup there. Okay, it will create a file in extension .mbz. This file, you can save it in your thumb drive, you can save it in your OneDrive, you can save it in your Google Drive. So whenever you want to upload or you want to import back, okay, so you can use this file. Okay, it's just like a zip file lah. Okay, all right. And the second one will be import. Okay, import can only work within the same academic calendar. For example, I already have a course with all the teaching material prepared in semester 1. So in semester 2, okay, I will use the same teaching material, layout and setting. Okay, that one, yes, you can do the import. Okay, I will show you, I will demo on this later on. Okay, so let's start with the, okay, so, okay, all right. Okay, so let's say, all right, so for example, I have this web application securities, which is offered in a telnet semester. So every second semester. So of course, the previous one, the course which I have been uploaded and created, all the content which I have uploaded and also configured will be in semester in the previous academic calendar. So I will go to this and then log in as usual. Okay, we need to make a backup first. Okay, in the previous course lah. All right, so I go to my courses and 4, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is the course. So I need to backup first. Okay, and then I'll go to this backup. All right, so it will ask you which part that you want to backup. All right, so in this case, I will include the activity. Okay, user role assignment, no. All right, no. Command, no. Badges, okay. Calendar, no. All right, and then, okay, let's say I have a question bank that I need to include. All right, grouping, no, because I'm gonna create a new group for the new student. Competency, no. No. All right, so include content, bank content. Okay, yes, I need this. Okay, so you can go to click next. All right, so it will show here the structures lah of your layout or setting or configuration that you made to your course. All right. All right, I'll double check. Okay, and then I click next. All right, and then we click perform backup. Okay, let's say your course heavily uploaded with videos. I mean, recorded video on your own. We're not talking about YouTube video. We're talking about you create your own videos. So you upload those videos into your iTa'LeEM. Okay, so if the file size is too big, then it will take some time for iTa'LeEM to do the backup. Okay, what you can do is when you do this, okay, you can just click here while the backup's still running, you can leave it. Okay, when it's done, okay, we'll send you an email to you stating that your backup's already completed. Okay, so you can leave it. Okay, all right, so let's say this is already done because I don't have much. The file size is quite small. So we go to this side, we continue. All right, and then you can see this. I already create a backup. This one into 2022. Okay, this one in this one just now, today. Okay, so what you can do is you can download this. All right, we have a backup model here. All right. Yeah, here, okay. Today, all right, so we're done with this, so we can log out. So we can log out this one. So don't worry, when you do the backup, you can always go back to the course, and you don't need to do another backup lah, but you can download the created backup. Okay, let me check. Not this one. Okay, you can go here. All right. Normally they will give you at the restore page. Okay, wait. Here. Okay, you can download back here. All right. So now we log out here. Now we want to restore back to the current one. Okay, so I can close this one. Okay, now I'll go here in the course, okay, and then click restore in the setting, in the gear icon here. You can click restore, okay, and then you can choose the file just now. Okay, let me check, where is it? Where is the MBZ? Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Okay, here. All right. So this is the one, 4345. Okay, we click open, and then we upload this one. All right. So when it's uploaded, okay, we can click restore. Okay, let me check. Oh, okay, it's still running. Okay. All right. All right. So while waiting for this, do we have any questions? All right. Okay. So now, okay, we already include this, right? I don't. Okay. So by default, the forum already created. Okay, never mind. I'll just show you. Okay, we put all this. All right. And then we can click continue. Okay, so restore as the new course? No, restore to this course. Okay. All right, so you can either merge. Merge mean later on, because the announcement has been created by default. So that means if I click this, I will have a duplicate announcement. Okay, or else we can just put only one. Okay, delete the course of this course and then restore. All right, so we can click this. Okay, check back your setting. All right, so okay. right? Then click next. Then perform restore. Okay. All right, we click continue. All right, so this will take some time actually because we host it on the cloud. You need to do it when iTa'LeEM is not in heavy utilization. Right. Okay. All right, so it's completed and then we can go back here. You see this now, all the content that I backup from the previous academic calendar now ready restored exactly as what I want in the previous academic calendar. So I don't need to add one by one. Okay, just this one I need to update lah, because of now we no longer hybrid, we are face-to-face. Okay, all right. Okay, now we'll go back to the import. Okay, so the import, you can only do it in the same academic calendar. For example, you have a course prepared in SEM 1 and now in SEM 2, you want to use the same course content for semester 2. Okay, so in this case, I have this mobile application development for semester 2, but already have prepared for SEM 1. Okay, so this is the content in SEM 1. Okay, and then this will be in SEM 2, the content is empty. So I want to import, okay, this course, okay, all this into SEM 2 here. All right. So what you can do is you can click in the empty one, okay, for example here. All right, we can go into import. All right. Okay, so now you have to look at your course. So in this case, I'll put it info 4335. Okay.
Dr. Sadry?
Yeah.
We have one question. Can we
right.
view our class location in iTa'LeEM?
Okay. Can we view our class location in iTa'LeEM? You mean the physical location of your class? Okay. So we basically we don't include that. We just include the one that they're sharing data is your student, okay, as a participant. The location, no. The location you can check on your own under your course schedule. Okay, Dr. Akram? Do you know where to get your course schedule?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Because I'm I'm a new staff here, so still figuring out the class detail and other information related to my next semester.
Okay. So which kuliah are you? Are you in which kuliah?
IRKHS.
Okay, yes. Okay. So there is a ITD create this one. All right. So you go to ITD portal advice. All right. So in this case, you need to have a login lah. So we call it SIS, Student Information System. So the first thing, if you're a new staff, you just join. okay, you need to get your login and password, your login credential to the SIS. So the SIS will allow you to get your class list, okay, for you to enter your camp and also your final grade. Okay, so in this case, for example, you go to class list. This one, I'm not sure whether you can check without logging, but if you go here, okay, you will look at this lah. Okay, or the other way is, okay, maybe this is, okay, you can check whether it been given to you or been created to you. The other way around is to go with your portal lah, my iTa'LeEM portal. So in my iTa'LeEM portal, you click at staff and logging using your CASA, which is your email password, your iTa'LeEM email password. Okay. All right. If you go here, you look at academic. All right. There is a student class list here. Okay. For example, this is the previous one. Okay. This is semester 1. This semester 1. Okay. After look at semester 2. So that means it has not been published yet lah. So that means Ahmad has not released yet the class list. Okay, by right, you can look at here. Okay, your class list. Okay, and also you can download. For example, I can download this one, or I can click print here. Okay. And then here it give you the detail of your class lah. So where is the venue lah, the location of your class, the time, okay, and so on and so forth. All right, and also right now in your class list, they also include indication whether your student are disabled student, or if it disabled student, that means the student need support lah from you in your class. Once in a while, we do have OKU student lah, so which we need to pay attention to it. So you need to contact your deputy dean student affair lah. Okay, what to do or what you have to support this disabled student in your class. Okay, all right. So is that answering your questions?
Thank you so much. I found the way. Alhamdulillah.
All right. So you can use this under my portal, they call it, because my portal normally you have so many access to the UIA system lah. Okay, including let's say you forgot how to reset your SIS, which is SIS stand for Student Information System, for you to submit your camp, carry mark, and also your final grade. Okay, and also for you to activate your Office 365, okay, your MS Team quick provisions. Okay, for example, let's say instead of using Telegram or WhatsApp group, okay, using your personal number, which sometimes can be annoying. Okay, your student will contact you 10 p.m. onward. Maybe you can switch to MS Team for communications. Okay, all right. So we go back to okay, here. All right. So we now at the import part. All right. So in this case, I know either one will have the complete course content. So I will click this one. Okay, and then continue. Okay, so here again, which one that you want to import? So include this. I don't want the calendar because normally the quiz date and time will be changed. Question bank, yes. Okay, and then grouping, no. We're gonna create a new group. Competency, no. Custom, no. Okay, and this one also no. So we only include this and click next. Right. Okay. Okay, we click next. Right. And then perform import. Okay, so you can see here in the import, we don't need to download those files and then upload. So in import, it's very straightforward. This is the best thing for import in the same academic calendar. Okay, but in a different academic calendar, you have to do those backup and restore. Okay. All right, so this will take some time. Depend on the file size of your, how big your course material that you uploaded to your iTa'LeEM. Okay. So while waiting for this, do you have any questions?
Assalamualaikum.
Okay, salam. Ya, Dr. Inara.
I have a question about printing the attendance because I use iTa'LeEM to take
Okay.
the attendance. So when I want to do the course file, how shall I print the sheet?
Okay. You
like
mean you mean the self-record attendance on iTa'LeEM?
Yeah, right.
All right. Okay, I'll show you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, okay. All right, we click continue. All right, so now you can see we already have this, but because of I include announcement as well from the previous course from previous semester, so we have a duplicate this one, so it's okay. We can delete this. Okay, so based on Dr. Inara question just now, okay, so let's say I do have attendance here. Okay, so for example here. All right, so let's say you want to download this. Okay, for example. Okay, so this one, I do some record here. Let's say you want to download or you want to include in your course file. So you can go to export actually, all right? So you have all this, okay, include all. And then, okay, so here you can put it in the Excel format and you click OK. So it will download this in the Excel files. It will include, okay, it will give you the nice layout, like something like this. Okay, with the time, okay, and also the date. All right, and then how many present, late, excuse, and also absent. Okay, and if you include or if you define some point, okay, as part of the final grade, it will do the calculation for you lah. Okay, for example, this student attended 17 out of 22 classes. Okay, am I answering that question, Dr. Nara?
Doctor, the Excel is not shown.
Huh?
The
It's
Excel
not shown? Okay, sorry. All right. Okay, let me share this one.
Sorry, Doctor. The thing
Yeah.
is, we are required to print out in PDF format. But when I do that, it doesn't look really good. The way they present it.
So you mean from the one that you get it from iTa'LeEM or the one with the class list, the printed one?
From the iTa'LeEM, because just now there's also an option. You can also download it in the PDF form as well, right? So that's the one that I click actually. But when it come out, it doesn't look that good. Doesn't look.
I understand. So I normally would love to download in Excel like this. Okay, then you can use the print here. Okay, I can set I can print this into PDF actually. And let's say I want to put it landscape. Okay, give me this. All right, you can squeeze lah. Okay, so if you download as Excel, it gives you more freedoms.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Rather than, because by default the PDF they will try to squeeze as much as you can, but in the PDF you cannot control the way it been printed out.
I see.
So
the thing is, you have to download it in the Excel form first, and then you convert it to the PDF.
Yes, correct. So
I
if
see.
by Excel, you have so much flexibility that you can, okay, for example, you can remove this, and everything else. For example, this one for example, this one, I don't need this, so I can delete this. So it become more visible lah. Okay. If you download straight away the PDF from iTa'LeEM, then it will squeeze everything. Sometimes the names is not even clearly printed, kan? Am I right, Dr. Nara?
Correct.
Because they try to squeeze everything. So the best thing is to download as Excel first, and then you can select the area, and then you can print as PDF.
I see.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Okay, so do you have any, Dr. Mai Jianjun. Okay, could you please explain how iTa'LeEM can help us in teaching, especially in which tasks must we use iTa'LeEM? Okay, I think we're gonna cover this by the end of this training. Inshallah, you know what to do. Okay, so I will explain to you about blended learning later on. Why we use iTa'LeEM for our class. Okay, is there a way to link I attend to iTa'LeEM, not just uploading the link, but to view? Okay, so I'm sorry to say, because I attend is actually developed by our ITD, so they are standalone, silo lah. So I'm not sure whether we can incorporate or integrate into iTa'LeEM. Okay, so the best thing for you to do right now is to share the link. I know it's quite annoying because it's gonna pop up to the new tab. Okay, you cannot view it inside the iTa'LeEM itself. Okay. All right. Okay, Dr. Ahlam, I'm a new staff. I just tried to log in iTa'LeEM with my login credential, but it didn't recognize me. Do we have separate login credentials? Okay, did you just get your login, your temporary login? We're talking about you logging as your temporary login, right?
I'm using the one I use, the on Hures and everywhere, the login.
Okay. All right. So basically, if you're the new staff, okay, let me go back. Okay. Okay. All right, so if you, in the prime page, okay, so you need to do this. Have you tried this?
No, not yet. Not.
Can you try this?
Okay.
Try this because they will give you there's some format that you need to include or perform in the format first, so that you can define your password. Once you define your password, that will be okay. Okay. But don't worry, in the next academic calendar, in semester 1, 2023-2024, we're going to use the same single sign-on. Single sign-on means the same login and email of your IUM email that you can also log in into your iTa'LeEM. That will be implemented in semester 1, 2023-2024. Okay, for now, we have to make do the separate login lah. Okay, so am I answering your question, Dr. Alap?
Yes, thank you.
All right, okay. Okay, so just now, in the import part, okay, so now you can see I already have this. Okay, so now it is settled. So I can focus on preparing, revise my course material for me to go in class lah. Okay, okay. So okay, so we're done with this. Okay, any okay, any question on backup and restore and import? No one? Okay. Is there any questions? Sister Nurul, is there any question in the chat box?
No, Doctor.
No, all right, good. Okay, so now we already done this previous, okay. And then backup and restore, and then import. Okay, now we go with the enrollment of the course. Huh? Okay, so let me. Okay, okay. So, all right. So because Ahmad did not release, because the student will be able to see their final grade, I think by today, right? In the evening or by tomorrow. Okay, so within this week, Ahmad will release the number of students enrolled in your class. So as of now, our iTa'LeEM indicate 0. Okay, once Ahmad release those class list student right now in your class list, the student already registered, but on iTa'LeEM it's not been released yet. Okay, once it released, you can see this number will increase. Okay, based on number of students. This one will reflect into your class list. Okay, if you have 15 students in your class list, you have 15 here as well. But let's say during add and drop period, okay, it might take some time to sync because the movement of student drop, add, and so on and so forth. But give it about, so normally in the first week, I don't check that much because I know the movement of the student some will drop, will increase. It will not reflect the same number in your class list. So just wait for second week, sorry. Just wait for the second week, okay? And that is the period of drop only, right? Okay, then you can check. If your class list you have 15, let me make sure 15 is here. Okay, so let's say, okay, some students, they might have some difficulty in paying their tuition fee. So normally when they have a problem, they will not be able to enroll because the system will block, okay? Let's say the student already mentioned to you, I already paid the tuition fee, but it will take some time for the system or for iTa'LeEM to reflect. So let's say, make sure you verify first. Some students, they come up with a lie, okay, because they just want to attend your class. In fact, they are not paying the tuition fee yet. Okay, so you have to double check with the student. Okay, make sure they have a proof that say they are paid. If they are paid, while waiting for the system to reflect, it will take some time. You can enroll the students straight away. So here, in the setting of your course, in the icon gear here, you can go to more, okay? And then in the user tab here, okay, you can see this enroll user, okay? In the enroll user, you can click enroll button, and then you can search the student metric number or the name. For example, let's say Azlin, for example. It will show up here. Okay, let's say there's so many people named Azlin, that will take some time lah. For example here. So the best thing for you to search is to search through metric number. Will be much easier. If you search by name, for example, Ali, there will be so many Ali. So it will take some time lah. Okay, and don't forget to assign the student into student role. Okay, all right. So this one, normally, I will not advise you to manually enroll the student because this one will related to finance lah. Okay, so we want if they are not here, make sure the best thing that we can do is to ask them to settle their tuition fee first, and then let the system reflect automatically in your class. Okay, there's a few, I think I experienced a few times when students actually they told me they already paid, so I enrolled them because I believe them. In fact, they are not. So what they did is they downloaded all my teaching material, and then I found out they dropped the course. Okay, so you have to be careful lah in terms of okay. Yes, we know that we want everybody to learn, but somehow, okay, we want also to make sure that they pay for their tuition fee. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, so the other way is for you to create. For example, in the user enrollment as well, you can also create student group. Okay, in this group. Okay, but this one, if you already pre-plan your class, or you have your teaching plan ahead before the semester, you get the class list, and then you already divide the student, randomize the student into certain group for your class, you can define this lah. Okay, but this one, because the movement of the student, it might be different. It might be difficult for you to keep track. So I will show you later on what will be the best way for you to create the group. So the best thing is to use those group self-selection for students. So that means the student will create a group on their own, and they will pick the leader. Okay, then who's gonna be the member? That will be much easier rather than you have to predefine manually here. Okay, but I just want to let you know that it's doable to do it here lah. Okay, under user. Okay, so we go back here. All right. So I need to check my, okay, so enrollment. All right. So now we go with the iTa'LeEM layout. Okay, in the iTa'LeEM layout here, for example, if you go, if you by default, okay, if you click, you will have in this format, right? Okay, all right, you will have in this format. Okay, so the format that you choose here will reflect on the way student will view. So normally, it's up to your preference, which one that you want to. Okay, you can either use list. Okay, list will have all the text. Okay, and also you can use summary. In my case, I would prefer summary. Okay, and I can include some of the description of the course. Okay, so how we want to update our course image and also descriptions, what you can do is you can go to the course, all right, and then you can click on icon here again, and you can click on edit setting. Okay, in this edit setting, okay, this one, do not change. Okay, leave it as what it is. Okay, so now you can include here in your descriptions. Okay, you can include a little bit about the course and so on and so forth, so that the student know that they are enrolled in the right course. Okay, and then for the image, okay, you can select any image that you want to include. In my case, already include this. Okay, and then here in the course format. Okay, so here is a bit tricky lah. Okay, so in here, you want to make sure how the lookalike of your course when the student view it. Okay, for example, all right, so in here, I choose in a topic format. Like say, by default, I think it gives you this advisor course format, if I'm not mistaken lah. Okay, if you look at the advisor course format and you save, okay, all right, so it will give you this format in a card lah. Okay. So make sure the course setting that you select in here. Okay. In here, will reflect on the way the student will view. Okay, so let's say you want to make sure how the student will be able to see the setting. You click at switch role to, and then click at student. Okay, it will change the view, the way student will view your course. It will be like this. Okay, all right, and then once you see how the student will view your course, then you can return back to your normal role as instructor. Okay. All right. So, okay, the next one, let's say we try single format activity. Okay, it will be all in one. Okay. Right, so we'll see this. Okay, it will come like this. All right, it will become one single, which is we don't want to be in this view lah. Okay, so that's one, and then we can go back. Okay, you can try this. You can try this. Okay, you have a social format. Okay. All right, you can have this way. All right, but I would prefer the one with the topic because it will be easier for you to plan ahead on your weekly plan lah. Okay, I will explain to you how to structure or how to organize your iTa'LeEM for your course. Okay. All right. So in this case, okay. So when you design or when you organize your course layout, the first thing I read a few design on this LMS. So the one that really caught my attention is the author asked us to lay out or structure our LMS or our course content similar to what we call it, similar to a book. Okay, so that means when they flick a book, they have a table of content, and when they click and when they refer to table of content, they will have the dedicated content that they want to. Okay, so in this case, for example, in my case here, I normally design, let's put announcement on the top, okay, because that's the default. Okay, announcement, if you're not using Telegram, WhatsApp group, or MS Teams to communicate with your student, you can use these announcements. Okay, so the announcement here will have some kind of disadvantage. For example, the student need to update their current, the email that they frequently use. Okay, by default they will use a live email. Not all students will log in into their live email. So some of the announcement here that you post might not be able to go through to your students, some of your students. Okay, all right. Okay, so announcements on the top. Okay, in my case, I would prefer to lay out the class role and expectations. Okay, here. All right, so because my class role can be, some students mention that it is quite strict, but okay, I just want to make sure that they comply to the class rule. All right, so and then for example, let's say, and then after that, you're gonna have your assessment. Okay, assessment means the divisions of mark distributions. For example, the case study, how many percentage, okay, class assignment, and so on and so forth. Okay, all right. So I'll show you the layout, then I'll explain to you what kind of activity block to come up with this. Okay. All right. So I think I need to edit back my course format just now. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you can see this. Okay. Okay. All right, never mind. I'll go to the second one. Okay, so for example, like this. So you can include this. Okay, the announcement is on the top. Okay, and then you have your classroom expectations, and then you have your course informations, and then you have your course assessment. Okay, so you have to have a structure so the student, when they go through, when they view your course, okay, they know they have all these informations. Okay, why the information is here? Because later on, student, they will have amnesia, so they will keep asking you the same thing over and over again. So if you put it here in a in your iTa'LeEM, so if they keep asking again, you can tell them refer to your iTa'LeEM, okay, under what section, okay, or else you're gonna be very tired to explain over and over again, okay. All right, so don't forget to include your consultation hours. Okay, if you have the tutorial sessions, then you have to include your tutorial sessions as well. And then if you have required references, you don't have to follow mine, but you can have your own, depending on what you think that the student need for your course. Okay, in my case, I include the required references, software installation, and I do have surveys, okay, from before preliminary, and then mid-semester, and also end of the semester, because these are really important to me, because based on the feedback from the preliminary here, I can adjust my teaching style to accommodate students. Okay, and then after midterm break, then I'll do another one. So that means I have another half a semester to do the changes. Okay, based on what they comment on the feedback. And last but not least, this is the really important to me, which is the end of course. So that means I can improve further or refine my teaching style, course content, and so on and so forth for the next semester. Okay, do we have any question? Okay, all right. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So okay. So you can lay out like this way, yeah. Course formation and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay. So how do you want to do this? Okay. First, you can turn on the editing mode. Okay. You will see this. Okay. In your case, you will not have all this block, but you have this add topic. So click add topic 1, and then give a block a name. For example, revision week. Okay, press enter. All right, and then you can add activity here. Okay, so any activity that you will like to include. Okay, by right, if you don't start, you have all you see all this. Okay, this is quite overwhelmed, right? So in my case, I would start the one that I'm frequently use. For example, uploading file, attendance, assignment, forum, group self-selection, label, page, quiz, and URL. The rest, I'm not use that much. For example, like a questionnaire, lesson, Okay, and then you do have a survey here instead of using Google form. Okay, and then H5V, and this one also important activity that you can learn. Okay, I think our expert will be Dr. Fiham. Okay, so if you're looking forward for this, and if you want to learn this, okay, please watch out for our training lah. Okay, we're gonna have H5V later on. All right. Okay, and then resources here. So by all this, okay, you're not gonna use all of this, but you will use the frequent one. For example, like mine, I can only use this to start up. If you're in advance, for example, in the previous training by Dr. Azlin on blended learning, okay, she used this lesson plan. By defining your lesson plan, they will have some assessment and so on and so forth, and then they will give a check. Then she used the checklist. Okay, when it's done, student complete, it will give a badge. Okay, so this one depend on how interactive you want it to be in your iTa'LeEM. Okay, or in my case, I'll include this. Okay, so all right, assignment. Okay, you know this. Okay, and then we include, for example, let's say you want to include course information. Okay, you can use label. Label mean just the information or the text will be displayed inside the block. Okay, straight away. You don't have to click and go to that particular page. Okay, for example, that's this is a label. Okay, all right. So there is a button here for all the editor that you will see, right? So if you click this, it gives you another more options lah. Okay, let's say you just want to use the default setting. Okay, then you don't need this. Okay, you just key in whatever it is. So let's say you know HTML, you want to beautify with colors and so on and so forth, you can click this. It will give you this HTML format. Make sure, provided that you know how to use HTML, or else just keep it with the default. Okay, and then save and return to course. Okay, you will see this. All right. Okay, so okay. All right, so you can also include table. In my case here, I use label with table. Okay, so you can align this nicely. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so any other questions before we move on to blended learning, requirement?
Dr. Sadry?
Yeah.
Just asking, can we change the text color in Moodle? I mean, in iTa'LeEM? If I'm not mistaken, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we could change the text color. But since which session, I don't remember. I think we don't have button to change the text color.
All right, good question. Because I do receive a few. I do receive a few questions on that. Okay, because we are moving from the old version to the newest version. The newer version, they remove the color. Okay, so because they believe you can, for example, you can change this by using HTML. Okay, for example, font color to red. Okay. All right. Not sure whether this works or not. We try. So they change. See, they change it. Okay, I do receive a few lah. Okay, disappointment by our lecture that they say they cannot. Okay, let me try again. One color into this into font. We see whether this works. No, they will not be allowed to do this. Yep, no, they don't allow us anymore. Because the last time I changed it font here using the HTML, it worked. Okay. All right. So this is the new versions. They remove the color button. I also try to find where is it. Until now, will not be able to find it. All right. Okay. So am I answering your question on this?
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Sadry.
All right, sure. Okay, so okay, so this one. All right, so can we proceed with the blended learning? Okay, all right. Okay, so okay. So if you knew and you check your course, assign it to you, you will see this, the blended learning block. Okay, you will see this blended learning block. All right, so the blended learning block, you can see this is what we call it 1732 formula. Okay, so what does it mean by 1732? 1732 mean this is the requirement for you to have at least one. If you have more than one, more than 7 for the course content, more than 3, then it will be good for you lah. Okay, so in this case, because I already import my previous course from previous semester here, so that means the course content, which is, okay, let we check what contribute to this course content activity and assessment. Okay, so we already defined this by CPD, okay, and also by KCA, okay, in the blended learning requirement here, we call it formula 1732. Okay, so these are the iTa'LeEM activity that contribute to this 1732 lah. Okay, okay. First is course informations. Okay, I'll show you. Normally you're gonna have a problem with this because course information will not be recorded even though you include. Okay, and then course content mean all the file that you upload for your student to view or to retrieve, for example, PowerPoint, PDF, URL, audio. If you have any of this activity included in your course, okay, that means you already contribute to this 40%. Okay, and then assessment. Assessment means quiz and assignment. Okay, normally you will use this. Okay, quiz and assignment, how many quizzes that you want to the student to take it, and also assignment. Okay, and then activity. Activity here, the big blue button, we seldom use it because this is like a video conferencing. I believe that you might want to use Microsoft Teams for this. Okay, these two. Okay, we also have wiki. Okay, let's say you want to do some survey and lesson, part of activity, you can do this. But the simple way that you can include on this activity is just the forum. Okay, all right. So make sure that you take note of this. So that some the new student, for example, the new staff, for example, they keep asking, how come I do not have this 100% blended learning in my meter here, right? Okay, so you need to know how many activity, how many of this that you include in your course in iTa'LeEM. For example, like this one. Okay, so for example, okay, in the course content, of course, I have so many because I lay out. Okay, by the way, if you want to lay out your, if you want to organize, structured your course content for your iTa'LeEM, it's better for you to define on weekly basis. Okay, let's say you already pre-planned, you have your teaching plan from week 1 to week 14. You can also include week 1, what you want to do, week 2, what you want to do. So that means you have 14 blocks. Within that 14, that you include the topic, the PowerPoint slide, the assignment, the quiz, so that student know in that particular week, okay, this is what they will do it. The lesson, the assessment, and so on and so forth will be wrapped into one block. Okay, in my case, I don't like to use week 1, week 2, week 14 because it's gonna be too many blocks. So I structure, for example, week 1, I'm gonna have a ta'aruf, okay, and then week 2 to 3, then this is the way I structure it. Okay, you don't have to create one week, one block. Okay, all right. Okay, some they would like to include, for example, quiz, put it here. Because mine, for quiz 1, I have a combination to several topics, so that I'll put it in a separate block lah, a block on its own. If you create a quiz, okay, based on that week 1 topic, then you can include here, so that will be easier student to find it. Okay, quiz will be in week 1. Okay, if you have so many quizzes, because mine already have 3 quizzes. Okay, all right. So, do you have any questions here? Okay, Dr. Kamal. Okay, I already uploaded all material for my course, but in the blended learning block, it does not appear the progress. Okay, which one, Dr. Kamal? The blended learning block.
Doktor.
Okay. Yeah.
Yang di bahagian kanan tu, the blended learning
info.
kan. Saya dah muat naik semua course info, course content, activities assessment, tapi dia tak keluar langsung semua benda tu.
You mean to say the blended learning is not here? The block itself tak ada? Is it?
Perkataan blended learning yang sebelah kanan tu memang ada. Cuma yang course info, course content, activities assessment tu is not available at all.
Okay. This is the new course or the previous course?
Ini untuk kursus SEM 2 ni.
So did you already import all the course?
Pardon?
Did you import the course or the course is empty right now?
I imported the course from the previous semester.
Okay, so the content already visible lah.
The content, I made the content unavailable to the students.
So you have to make it available first.
Can
you try?
I see.
Okay,
right?
Okay. You hide it, right?
Okay, I try to fix it.
All right.
If I got any problem, I will tell you. I ask you.
Okay,
right.
right.
Thank you, Dr.
Okay, no problem. All right. So when you see this, even though you fulfill all this course content, activity, assessment, all right, okay, you will have a problem with this course content, because course content, course info, they will not, because blended learning block will not be able to identify, because there is no activity. For example, here, there's no activity here that defined as course info. We don't have any predefined activity or module here to indicate that course info. So even though I do have course information here, okay, all right, okay, so how do you want to fix this? Okay, what you can do is, okay, the course informations, you can include your course outline, which is, I think it is not recommended for you to upload your course outline, because that is, they call it a copyright. Okay, so the best thing for you to do is just to give a course synopsis. Okay, don't upload the whole course outline. Okay, because that is, they call it as a copyrighted. You can copyright your course outline actually. Okay, so the best thing for you to do is to include the course synopsis. Okay, here, I already have the course information here. Okay, to fix this, you click the review blended, all right? You go back to this course information here, right? You can see this pencil icon. Okay, you click this, and then you mention that this is course info. Okay, and then, okay, you close. All right, and then you can see this is changed. Now I have 100% blended learning for my course. Okay, so there is be one question. I can't recall who's asked the question is, mentioning about in what way the iTa'LeEM will help in our course, in our teaching. Okay, iTa'LeEM is a supplementary lah to your class. So the blended learning means we want to fill the gap between synchronous and synchronous. Of course, the synchronous will be the face-to-face. Students come to your class, you give lectures and so on and so forth. But where do they want to get all those PowerPoint slides and teaching material? They have to go through your iTa'LeEM. Okay, and then assessment. Okay, the most important part of iTa'LeEM is to help you out with your assessment. Of course, the assignment. Okay, and the quiz. You can also design or configure your quiz so that the student can take it during the class time. Okay, so we do have a new features introduced, I think last year. For the quiz, you can also use Save Exam browser. So what does it mean when you enable Save Exam browser? That means that once the student take the quiz, they will not be able to click outside of the view. Okay, our concern is when we do quiz online, even though they are physically present during our class time, okay, the student will go check with another tab, Google, and so on and so forth, refer to ChatGPT, and so on and so forth. Save Exam browser will lock the view. So that means the student can only look at the quiz, they cannot click the other tab or another window. If they manage to do that, the quiz will automatically quit and submitted their result. Okay, so so if you want to know this, okay, we're done with this, huh? All right, so everybody understand on this, huh? How to fix this course info. Okay.
Sorry, Dr. Sadry.
Yeah.
I think I missed how you make the blended learning meter appear just now. Can you show that once again?
Okay. All right. So this one, ke? Yang the one with this side, ke?
I don't have that in my on my screen.
Okay. This is your new course semester 2?
No, this is not my new course.
This is the previous one. Right?
Yeah, correct.
So are you referring to the previous course or the course that you just import for semester 2?
The previous course.
Okay. All right. So, okay. If you don't have that, okay, when you click turn editing on, okay, you can click add block. Okay. You scroll down. Okay. You can see this blended.
Oh, add a block. Okay.
Add a block and then click blended. Okay, now is that clear?
Yeah, blended. Okay, well, slider.
No. Go down.
Go down.
Okay. There will
okay.
be blended here.
Okay. I see that. So close.
Okay, click.
Okay.
Dah, come out dah.
Dah. Ada. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right. So if it's not appear, then you can add the block lah. Okay. All right. I can also remove this, but most of the time I just remove because it's annoying to me lah because it's taking the space. Okay. Normally I will delete this whenever I want to have it. Then I will add here. So either way, what you can do is you still want to have this, but not on the right. Okay. You can do the configurations. All right. You can put it, let's say, on the top. Okay. Click save changes and it will be on the top. Okay. So this also annoys me because it takes a lot of space. So normally I will configure, I'll put it in the bottom lah. Okay, it will go down here. It's up to you. Okay. So my idea is I just want to have I want to have a bigger space lah. Easier for student to view and easier for me to view. Okay. All right. So I understand all this blended learning. Okay. Okay. So now assignment, I don't think I have to explain further because straightforward. Okay. I just want to explain on the quiz whenever you want to use this SEB. Okay. So when you do the setting for your quiz, okay, of course, you put in descriptions, okay, you set the timing and so on and so forth. So normally I'll give it 2-minute grace period lah. For example, even though it will stop at 15 minutes, okay, the student still have 2 minutes, okay, to submit. Okay, and then you define your grade. Okay, question behavior depend on the number of question that you have or question bank. Okay, you can also shuffle. Okay, all right. So if you want to make it difficult for the student, okay, for the quiz, you can set every question. Let's say you have 5 questions. So the student will see 1 question at a time. So when they finish with question 1, they have to go to question 2. Okay, when you set navigation to sequential, so that means they need to answer question 1 first. If they did not answer question 1, they click to question 2, they will not be able to go back to question 1. This is another way for you to refrain the student from cheating lah. Okay, all right, so you can do this. All right, and then the question behavior here, okay, all right, this one depends on the number of questions that you have. Okay, and the review question and the review options. Okay, so when by default you all click this, okay. If you are not planning to have interactive, for example, when the students submit answer the first questions, you're gonna automatically view how much they get. Okay, the mark. All right, you can work on this immediate after that time. Okay, all right. And also later, while, for example, they already answer all the questions, then you want to give some standard feedback, you can do this. But most of the time, I think you should uncheck all this, only this one lah. Okay, so the one that you have to take note is after the quiz close. So this one, all right, so you check the attempt, okay, and mark, and also specific feedback. Okay, if you don't check this 3, so that means your grade book, student will not be able to see their result. For example, on this one, let me show you. Okay, for example, I go to this one. I go back to my previous one, this one. All right, and then you can go to, okay, you can go to gradebook setup. All right, so here you can go to this one. Okay, if you did not check that one, so the student will not be able to see quiz 1 and so on and so forth. All right, and then you can also export all the quiz assignment that you graded, you give a mark. Okay, you can also export into Excel. Okay, so normally when you do some grading at the end of the semester, I normally do the grading quiz, assignment, and everything through iTa'LeEM. Okay, with the point and so on and so forth, percentage and so on and so forth. So whenever I want to do the final grading, so I can download this lah. Okay, for example, I download this. You can see that it gives me this. Right, let me click this one. Okay, it gives me this. Quiz, how many, and so on and so forth. Okay, this one, the one with the dash, this is not a 10. Okay, the student did not take the quiz. Okay, it gives you this. So that means by the end of the semester, you can do the calculation how many percentage based on the mark distributions. Okay, your assessments will be easier for you to do the calculation here lah. Okay, I remember the last time before we have this, we need to download our class list into Excel. Then we have to create a separate column for each of the assessment, which is quite cumbersome lah. But when we have this download, so it will be easier for me to have with the student name, metric number, and so on and so forth. Okay, all right. Okay, so okay, we do have this, right? Okay, so did you see the Excel? I don't think you see it, right? Did you see the Excel? Okay, let me show you. Okay, this one. Okay, when you download, this is how it looks like. When you assign the assignment lah, the assignment, quiz, and everything. Okay. Okay. All right. So okay. What else I want to? Okay. So this one. All right. The URL, learning feedback. Okay. All right, so for the group formation, so in my class, normally I will have a case study. So the case study, normally the same group will go for their final assessment. So that means they have to develop mobile apps as their part of their final exam. So the last time I randomized and I pre-assigned the student to a group, that's not gonna work. Because the student were having more conflict than trying to solve the problem. So I give up on that pre-assigned number of students to a group. So now I let them decide on their own who's gonna be their group member. So in this case, okay, I assign these group selections, okay, self-selection. So I let the student create their groups and then pick who's gonna be their group member. Okay, so this one will automatically, so when this is done, all right, you can go to, it will automatically create it here. So it'll be easier for you to define or to assign submission on assignment, group assignment submission, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you don't need to pre-define or pre-created manually through this one. Through user. No, you don't have to. When you do the group self-selection, when you click groups, it's already created for you automatically. Okay. Okay. Yes, Dr. Mai. It is recorded. We will share the link, the recorded video link with you later on. Okay. All right. Okay. In your learning feedback, how do you design your learning feedback? Okay, so okay, Dr. Raihan, the learning feedback means you have to tally back with your course outline. Okay, for example, in my case, you look at your course outline, what will be your course objective? Okay, your PLO, okay, and also your PEO. All right, in your course objective, you need to know what will be the main objective that you want to achieve. In my case, my concern is how confident they are in developing their mobile apps. Okay, so it will go structured with that, and also for the preliminary, you want to investigate their perceptions about the cost, and also what will be problem that they have in their previous programming class. Okay, but in the learning feedback, you don't need to give more questions, right? Because if you give more questions, then the student might lose interest to answer it. Sometimes they just answer for the sake of answering, so you will not get the real feedback lah. Okay, so you need to look at your course objective. Okay, look at your course outline. Okay, in order for you to design the learning feedback. Okay, so this one thing, okay, on the group self-selections, okay, and then let's say,
Dr. Sadry,
yeah,
just now can you repeat on the self-selection?
Okay, group self-selection.
It's very fast actually.
Okay, all right. So for the groups, self-selections, okay, what you can do is you can add, okay, in the activity here, you see this group self-selections, okay. When you create this self-selection, so the setting will be, okay, you just include the descriptions, okay. What will be the description? For example, in my case, I'll put it a minimum of 2%, a maximum of 3% per group, okay. And I want them to use the Islamic name lah for their group name, okay. And then you can also set some deadline when they have to form the group. For example, normally I will open it within the first 3 weeks of the semester. Okay, we'll close on Fridays. All right. So you can set this. Okay, and then you put all group, and then you set minimum and maximum. Minimum will be 2, maximum will be 3. Okay, only a student can participate in only one group. They cannot be in 2 groups at one time. Okay, all right.
I mean,
so
the student will form their own group?
Yes, correct.
So how the student is actually select the group?
Okay, so so now, okay, let we see how does it look like. Okay, I'll switch role to student. Okay, right. So okay, so normally they will be like this, and they will have a button to create a new group. Okay, let's say I change this. Let me change this back. Okay, we'll go back to student view. All right, so they can create a new group here. Okay, group name, test. Please join my group. Okay, create new group. Okay, so anybody, the other one who would like to enroll will have this button called join group. Okay, this one leave group. So they have a button called join the group. All right. Okay, so use this if you want to make your life easier. Yes. And conflict among the members, let them decide. Because when they decide who's gonna be their group member, when there is a conflict, you can tell them, well, it's your decision for you guys to form a group. So they have to make it work lah. So normally that's my words. Or else if you predefine, you assign them, they will blame us. Okay, they will blame us because they don't have freedom to pick. So normally, I will receive that kind of excuse lah, which this time I don't want to, I don't want to responsible for that. So I let them decide who's gonna be their group members. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So this one, right. Okay, so the rest. Okay, so for the forum, I will advise that for each of the topic, it will be better for you to include a forum lah. Okay, so that you know whenever the student posts any questions, because mine the student normally ask me through Microsoft Teams chat, so they won't do this unless they say, for example, you want to do asynchronous. For example, a flip classroom. For example, let's say you want to do some reflections. For example, you you done? Are you already complete with, for example, one topic? For example, in my case, week 2 to 3 dot building block. Okay, let's say I want them to have some kind of reflections. Okay, you can include here as well. Okay, so they will reflect, the reflection mean what they understand the best and what they understand, what they did not understand, so that they can pulling together all this. Okay, and you can also, let's say you want to put some mark. In the forum here, you can also set marks. Okay, for them to, if they participate, then they will get the mark. Okay, this can also, you can also use the forum as part of your assessment for the class. Okay, for example, let's say the reflection, the participation, for example, you will not be around for one class. Okay, you already put some recorded video. Okay, you want them to look at the video, and then any questions that they don't understand, they have to put it in the forum. Okay, so if you set some kind of mark there, they will participate. Student always mark oriented lah. Okay, if you don't give mark, then they will not participate. So in my case, normally what I did is I will ask them to, they need to ask question, and they also need to answer one question from their friends to be considered to get a mark lah. Okay, or else they will post the same question over and over and over and over. And also you have to put a disclaimer that they cannot ask the same questions. Okay. All right. Okay.
Dr. Sadry, sorry, I have another question. About the attendance. So using iTa'LeEM to take the attendance, can the student check the rate of attendance themselves?
Grade of the attendance.
Can you check? I mean, the rate, the percentage.
They can, but you don't want them to see it ke macam mana?
I do want them to see it because I want them to be more aware of, before they can.
Yeah, they can. They can if you set certain points, certain mark to the attendance.
So where is it that they can see the attendance? Is it at the grade or attendance?
Yeah, in the grade. For the student, they have one function called grade. If they look at the grade, okay, this month. Let me check mine in semester. Okay, this one. Okay, they can view this way. Because I hide the attendance, right? So they will not be able to see it lah. Okay, or else the participation will include here. Okay, let me enable this.
But by default, they should be able to see all the grades.
Correct. Yes, correct. They will be able to see it. Okay. Am I answering your question?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. So, all right. So that use the iTa'LeEM, okay, for you to help you out lah. Because now by using iTa'LeEM, I'm now using less paper lah to print out for my class. So you can put it ahead, okay, the slide and so on and so forth. You can also use prepare this for your flipped classroom as well. Okay, some lecturer, they would like the student to go review or learn from the recorded video first. So during the class time, they will do the class activity to enforce their understanding on the flipped classroom. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to design your teaching lah. Okay, your teaching plan. Okay, so the iTa'LeEM here as a platform to help you out. Okay. So, all right. So, any other question that I will not cover that you really want to know so far? Okay. So before we go, this will be the last slide. So before, I just want to make sure that you understand the basic first. So, any other questions?
Doktor, maaf saya
Yeah.
mengganggu. Saya nak tanya tentang yang blended learning saya tadi tu kan. Dia masih tak ada keluar the percentage yang macam doktor punya tu.
Okay, if we can, alright, Sister Nurul, can we give can we give Dr. Akmal to share? Can he share his screen?
Okay, sure.
Alright, Dr. Akmal, can you share your screen with us?
Oh, boleh. Sekejap ya. Oh, disable dia kata. Disable participant screen sharing.
Disable. Okay, dah. Boleh tak? We assign you as a co-host so that you can.
Oh, okay, dapat. Doktor dapat lihat?
Ya, dapat.
Yang begini, yang berada di sebelah kanan ni, blended learning tu.
Okay, can you scroll down? I just want to make sure whether you have the requirement 1372. Okay, go down. Okay, lagi. Alright, you have all that. Okay. Right. Okay, go down. Tengok sampai hujung. Okay, we get to the end. Okay. Alright. So, can you delete the blended learning block first? Okay. Delete both.
Dia tak ada butang untuk buang.
Baik.
Macam ni. 3 je keluar. Saya tekan.
Okay. Yang the bawah tu, the one, the below one?
Sama.
Baik. Okay. Can you click at the configure blended learning?
Configure blended learning
Okay, go down. Can you scroll down?
Okay.
Doktor punya screen is not scrolling.
Oh ya, okay.
Okay, visible, yes. Region right. Okay, scroll down again. Okay. All right. Can you go to the front? Can you go to my courses?
Yang mana ya?
On your left, Nick. On your left menu. Okay, bawah lagi. Okay, this course is LMD kan?
Ya, LMD.
Okay, can you click at the LMD 22016 SEM2?
Sebentar.
Okay.
Okay, ni.
All right. Okay, click the LMD. Right. Okay, you cannot delete on this, and okay, can you click at add block just now? Ada tak add block?
Add block kat sini. Add block.
Okay, go down.
Pergi dekat blended dia
sama
masih
juga.
kosong.
Okay, so tak apa. Okay, later on, can you email me? Then I will let our technical team to look at it lah. I think you punya account ni something tak pun nanti I'll check for you lah.
Baik.
Okay.
Terima kasih.
All right. Okay. All right. So if there's no question, okay. So now I'll show you. Okay. I'll show you, let's say, for example, student complain that they, if it's true, then it's okay. If they try to lie, for example, they cannot accept the quiz, they cannot do the quiz because iTa'LeEM problem and so on and so forth, you can check. You can check whether their claim is true or not. Sometimes students, they will get the easiest excuse is to blame the platform. Okay, what you can do is, okay, this one is, I go back to the, okay, all right, so this, okay, now I'm also having the same problem. Okay. Oh. Okay, Dr. Akmal, did you switch the role to student just now? You are in instructor mode?
Saya tak ada tukar apa-apa. It appears to be instructor mode je.
All right. I'll take a look at it after this.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
All right. So let's say you want to check whether the student participate in the quiz or not, based on their claim because they said iTa'LeEM is problem. I cannot take my quiz and everything else Okay, the easiest way is for them to blame the platform. Okay, you can check. If you go to icon gear here under report, all right, you can look at first is the course participations Okay, you can look at, for example, is there any other quiz here? Okay, and then you can look back. In this case, I don't want to look at the student here, and then you can click go. All right, so now you can see this. Okay, they have all this. For example, this one, yes, no mean they memang he is not taking the quiz. Okay, all right. Okay, so this one in your view. So if you want to look at in detail, okay, you look at the course here when you have the number of students enrolled. All right, so you go to participant here, right? Okay, and you, let's say, I just want to know about this student. Okay, and you can click on the course. All right, and then you can, there's a report, you can click at the complete report. Okay, and you can see this never been seen, never seen, never seen. Okay, now we look at the quiz. For assignment, you know that this is submitted when. Okay, now we look at the quiz. Okay, this assignment, case study, and you look at the quiz. Okay, this one attempted. Okay, because I already graded, so it showed me with the grade and when it been attempted. For example, 15 November at 4. Okay, so this is how you can check on your own. Of course, you can ask our ITD technical staff to check for you, but you can also check on your own first. Okay, and let's say you want to know. Okay, let's say you want to know the student grade overview. Okay, you can know what will be the grade for the courses that the student currently taking for that particular semester. But this is not converted into the actual mark yet Okay, you can see this 81%. Okay, in my case is 80%. Okay, this is not converted yet. Okay, so that's how you double check your student claim in case that they say I cannot. Sometimes the student, they give you excuse because they totally forget, because they have a quiz to do it. So that's why I will normally do my quiz during the class time. If I ask them to do it outside the class time, you will get all these sorts of excuses Okay. All right. Okay, let me check. Okay. All right. Okay. So all right, I cannot delete mine as well. Blended learning. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll check on that. Okay, I check on the blended learning block later on for you guys. Okay. Okay, so that's how you check your student participation as well. Okay, on the participation here. Okay, all right. So okay, so the last one. Okay, so we do have this. We do have an official iTa'LeEM guideline. Okay, so I give you the link under iStack here. Okay, this is giving you some poster, quick sheet for you to work on. Heading section, okay, and then enroll user, okay. So the one that I'm not cover for today, you can refer to this if we are new, okay. Upload folder and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is really important for you if you are new. Okay, please refer to this.
Doctor, this website is under iTa'LeEM.
Yes,
right?
correct. Yes, correct. Okay, I'll give the link at the chat box. But never later on, I will distribute my slide as well so that you can refer to. Okay, right. So, and also we have recorded videos, okay, from the previous one. You can go to CPD website and then under resources and then training videos, look at for the e-learning and iTa'LeEM. We have a lot actually. So this is, I think, the second session that I did for CPD lah. Okay, so you can refer to this one. Okay, we also have YouTube channel if you want to, but YouTube channel have so many videos. But this one we already include this lah. Okay, so we easier for you to refer to. And okay, so our iTa'LeEM is actually based on Moodles. So let's say while waiting for me or for Mira or for iTa'LeEM support to respond, you can refer to the Moodle documentations here. So we have this quick guide as a teacher, as an instructor. So you have this one. Okay. You can, okay, this one already covered just now. Okay, so you don't have to, you can ignore that. Okay, you can go through more advanced because I think when you go through with the basic one, you don't have to focus on the basic. I mean, you cover the one that you don't know. Okay, the one you know, you can skip. All right, and then, okay, so you can also email me, okay, and also Prof. Mira, okay, either one of us. Okay, we will try to give you some solution, okay, for you to work on this, for you to try to resolve your problem with iTa'LeEM, okay, inshallah. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, we almost come to the noon. So any questions before we end? Okay, so any questions before we end? Okay, for the blended learning, I will take a look later on. And okay, so who else having problem besides then Dr. Akmal? Okay, so it will be better that you email me. Okay, will be easier for me to keep track and check your account one by one, so that we need to investigate what went wrong. Okay. All right. So please, okay, if you have any question, okay, ask me, or if you don't have right now, but during the time that you're working on the organization of your iTa'LeEM, okay, you need to include something, then please email me if you're stuck somewhere lah. Okay, and then please follow our next training, because the last time I think the previous training by Dr. Azlin on blended learning are way better. okay, on how you want to engage your student in the online and so on and so forth. Even though iTa'LeEM will be our platform to supplement our teaching and learning, but we can do more than just upload PowerPoint slide. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. So one last call before we end our training today. Okay. No,
Doctor, I have
yeah, Dr. Baiki.
But it's not connected to our training in general, but it's a general question.
Okay.
I'm a new staff, and I attended a few of CPD's training, alhamdulillah. But the CTD, the points is not updated in the HORIS. So it will be updated after this, or how?
Okay. Normally we will update after this. Am I right, Sister Nurul? Mr. Nurul is here.
Okay, we'll update after the closing date of evaluation form.
So you need to fill up your evaluation form. Then we award you the CTD form. Yeah,
Assalamualaikum. Sorry for interrupting. I have joined last week an event by MST, but however, the evaluation form which provided by the MST, I guess, it demands the Microsoft account, which I still don't have that account. So how can I?
Okay, good question. All right. Okay. So okay. I know this is okay, but I will help you out. Okay. Let me check. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Dr. Akram, okay. Remember that you have to go to your iTa'LeEM portal just now?
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right. So you scroll down under my apps.
Okay.
Are you looking now?
Yes.
Okay. You go down. Okay. Can you see this? Subscribe to Microsoft Office 365.
Okay.
Okay. They give you temporary password. You log in first, then you change to your new password lah.
Okay.
I would recommend that you use the same password with your email, iTa'LeEM email, so that you don't forget. Okay. Because your live email will be similar to your iTa'LeEM email. It's just that it will go with live lah. For example, in my case, my iTa'LeEM email is msadry@ium.edu.my. If it live, then become msadry@live.ium.edu.my.
Okay.
All right. So please activate your Microsoft 365, because with that live email, you will be able to subscribe to education package. Okay, Canva, okay. What else? Team 365 online. You can also download Microsoft Office, the latest version that you can use through your laptop. Okay. There's so many privilege. You can also use your live email to purchase, to get education discount for Lenovo laptop, okay, and also Apple. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, they will use your live email.
Okay.
Okay, so please activate your live email. You will get lots of privilege.
Okay, because last week I attend CPD event as well, but I cannot access the link that the email give me. So that's why I'm asking this question. Thank you, Doctor, for the enlightening.
Okay, so and then you also have this Adobe account. They call it Creative Cloud. Adobe Creative Cloud that you can use your Acrobat for you to do the conversion, Photoshop, and so on and so forth. Just logging using your iTa'LeEM email. KPT paid for that. So if you don't use it, don't use the pirate one, please. Because the last time Adobe detected that in our UIA there's plenty of stuff using pirated version of Adobe Acrobat. Okay, KPT already subscribed for all of us, academic and also non-academic stuff. Okay, so use it. All right. I think this one, your IT coordinator should explain to you lah kot. So Takram, you are from which, you from RKSS, right?
RKSS, yes.
I think Dr. Lupa lah. Is it Dr. Helmi?
Dr. Helmi, okay.
The IT coordinator. Okay. All right. Unable to. Okay. Okay, Dr. Akmal, for the badge too, can you refer to Dr. Azlin recorded video on blended learning? I think you attended, right? I saw your name. Kan, Dr. Akmal? Yeah. You can refer to the test game on the batch. But in order for you to do the batch, you need to define your lesson first. Okay. And also you can also include competency lah. When you have the competency, they complete one competency, then you can award them a batch.
Baik, Doktor. Terima kasih.
All right. So any other questions? Non-related for the new staff? I know that is quite. Sometimes when you join the university, there's no guideline for you to go step by step. Okay, I remember the last time when I joined IUM in 2004. I'm kind of lost because I don't know where to request my telephone number. I don't have my room yet. So I do my work at the computer lab. I don't have my email. It took me 3 months to get my email. Okay, so I don't want you to be in my position lah. So if you need, if you new and you need some information with how to start with, so you can ask me now lah. It's not about the iTa'LeEM. Okay. All right. So okay. So if you don't have any questions, okay. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. I really appreciate that you attend this training and workshop. Okay, my apologies for any shortcoming. Okay, especially in terms of explaining the terms and so on and so forth. Okay, okay, so please before we end, okay. All right. Okay. So okay, Dr. Mai. All right. So just email me if you need any more, and if you need any help with the setup of your course. Okay, we will help you out. All right. Okay. So before we end, there is an evaluation feedback. Okay, please fill in the evaluation feedback because that's very important to us. So we want to know how effective the training is. Okay, so that we can improve further in the next round. All right, so if you don't have any questions, all right, so let's end our session with recitation of Surah Al-Asr and Tasbih Kifayah. Okay, Sister Nurul, Dr. Kazman will not be able to sign in because I attend it past 12 noon.
I have open until 12:30, Doctor.
Dr. Kazman, will you be able to log in? Will we be able to record your attendance through I attend? All right, okay. All right, so, all right, have a good lunch and all the best for your new semester.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're
Assalamualaikum,
welcome.
everyone.